And what you're saying right now is so hurtful to this community. It's hurtful to me as a parent of a proud transgender child that also has a disability that has been stigmatized by so many things. And what you're saying is offensive to me. And I'm sorry.
Please remove that. That's not that kind of
Why?
meeting. Because it's not that kind of meeting.
It's not public meeting?
It is public meeting. There's no need to broadcast. I mean, none of us are doing
No, I'm not broadcasting.
You're recording.
Yes.
So there's no need to do that. It makes people feel uncomfortable. We're gonna have conversations today.
Yeah, but it's all public, right?
So obviously you're gonna resist this.
Well, I have 4 months of freedom of information requests that have not been answered.
Different topic.
I can't have it anymore.
Different topic.
It's all about transparency.
Different topic.
If I'm able to speak in the beginning, I'll leave, and then we're
Oh,
done.
it's definitely you're not going to speak. Anymore.
Oh, no?
100%.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want there to be any surprises. There'll be no recording tonight.
There will be no recording?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because we record it
Yeah.
with for everybody. We don't
Right.
let anybody else record it. I'm
I
just
don't
giving you a heads
understand.
up. The board's going to give instructions, so I'm just giving you a heads up. No surprises, right?
No,
There'll be
surprise.
recording.
I'll be recording.
You won't.
Well, I will. Again, public meeting, public
No,
space.
you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. It's a public meeting, a public place. Like you said, it's a small percentage of the population. Like in the same way you don't want to put age in the LGBT because they're already the norm, right? Let's call it this way. Why is it not seen as overrepresenting LGBT since it's only a minority, a very small minority?
It's an interesting question. I think that we tend to view that a minority is overrepresented when we are part of the majority in some way.
But for example, there are no straight flags in any schools, but there are transgender
There
flags.
should be.
No,
Well, I think there should be no
There
flags.
should be.
The same way there are no symbology for religion, etc.
Why not?
Because it's not the school to do this. It's not for the school. Huh?
It's not the schools.
It's not for the school to teach religion, unless I put my kid in a religious school, because I chose so. But a public school is supposed to be neutral in all aspects.
So neutrality is only representing heterosexual interests,
But it's not.
or no interests.
Why? But why?
But I feel like that's a Ministry of Education issue for public schools. It's at that level.
Yeah.
It's not even a school district or board or a parent decision. It's the
Yeah.
Ministry of Education that has mandates
Right.
that require public schools to do these things.
Yeah, it's the top down.
It's not optional for anyone in that sense of.
It's only optional if you keep them home. Like,
Sorry,
right, like,
what isn't optional?
To teach this.
it's not
Our
optional.
policies are, SOGI is a resource, it's not a curriculum. Like, I know there's a confusion around SOGI being a curriculum that's being taught in school, but it's actually just a resource. The Ministry of Education has a mandate that all schools will have incorporated SOGI into their curriculum. So it's a resource for teachers to use. So there's like multiple resources that a teacher could choose from.
Sure.
But lots of research has gone into SOGI as a resource. So a lot of school districts choose that particular resource.
Because there's a lot of incentive and push from the community. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm relating to the overrepresentation. There's no such thing for the, like I said, there's trans flag, but there's no straight flag. I think it should be none.
Have a straight flag?
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
I never knew that, really?
Yeah,
There's
there is.
actually a straight flag?
Yes, of course.
Wow. I'm sorry, that's new to me. I'm sorry. I had no idea.
Yeah, but there is.
I had no clue.
Yeah. So you see, we're not so big and normal.
I'm gonna look that up now.
We even have flags that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think It should be neutral.
So in that case,
Because
If you think about it, schools are not neutral in religion-based, right? Like, all the holidays that we get in public school system are based around Christian faith.
No,
It's
that's
more
not true.
commercial, right?
Christmas,
A lot of Indian
Easter.
holidays are represented in British
Yeah.
Columbia.
Yeah, I know.
Diwali is certainly well represented in the public
is it a
school
stat
system.
holiday?
And to be honest, holidays are a commercial
It's well
thing.
represented in the schools.
Holidays are a commercial thing, right?
That's not the schools, that's the federal and provincial government.
Yeah.
They get it off though.
I think you can take Diwali off. It's not a paid holiday, you're right. But that's a separate issue.
Yeah. They take it as your personal day.
But I agree. I think it should be neutral. That's what I'm advocating for.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
It's a huge, it's a much bigger issue than just this, to have schools be truly neutral. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't the problem to make schools neutral, right? It's so much bigger than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because it's political motivated, not to be neutral, right? As if it's neutral, you make people to think for themselves, and then they are not but part of the system
I
that is
think
being
it's
built.
important for our kids to be exposed to all aspects of community
Mm-hmm.
and all religions and all different people.
Yeah.
I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
And if it's not being done at home, the only other place that it can be done is in the school system, right? For kids to have exposure to many different topics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important.
Sure.
It is important.
Yeah. But then
And-
goes back to what I said in the beginning. Why the hetero is not there? Because if there is no age, it's
Well,
like,
as
oh,
Jen said, I didn't know there was a hetero flag.
no, but even without a flag, just in the LGBT, because it's advocating for diversity, for non-bullying,
Right, they've got
right?
the
And you
colors
should
in
not
there.
exclude any group. That's what I'm saying.
We got segregated away from cis het folks though. I want us to like really kind of.
That's what I said. I'm sorry you had this experience,
No,
but
but it's like, it's just, it's a societal thing. It doesn't have to just be like an interpersonal.
I think-
I have no doubt that you have like amazing
Yeah.
queer friends and that you are an awesome friend to them too. So please don't take like.
yeah, I
this
just
anything
don't,
like
I just don't see her as queer friends. It's friends or no friends.
my
It's
friend.
just people to me. I think that's the problem today
Yeah.
because we're like putting people on groups and labeling them and dubbing them this or that, but what's the point? That kind of segues to my other question, which would be related to the pronouns. To my understanding, and maybe it's a matter because I'm an immigrant, I was raised in a completely different language, so it might be a language issue, but to my understanding, gender was a social construction created in order to make society function. And in a way that you see someone, you immediately identify that person as A or B, and then you have the difference they are inherited to, because gender was always to me related to sex. So there are inherent differences between one and the other. And so when you create, like now we have, I don't know how many genders, but like you said, it's a thing that is still evolving. Eventually, nobody can say that there won't be 8 billion genders, one for each person of the globe. So that, to me, in terms of, like I said, maybe I need to be corrected on that because it's a language thing, but to me, it's not gender anymore. It's an appropriation of the word gender to use as individuals, which is already our names, who we are as individuals. But when you have gender, it serves a purpose to society. And to take that and change the meaning of that, or the umbrella of that, and try to change that, it's a social re-engineering that I don't see the point. Why not use a different term? Why not coin your own term?
Oh, like to LGBTQI plus?
No, like Srabras.
Well,
I am, my Srabras is fluid or bi or whatever it is. But gender already has a definition.
so help me understand this just a little bit better so I can give you the best answer that I can. can you tell me what it is about sexual dimorphism that makes society run? Like how did that help us have a functioning society?
For example, male and female washrooms. So maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it doesn't happen in Canada at all. But for example,
Male and female washrooms.
Because I'm
because-
not bringing my daughter into a
because
bathroom with a
men
man peeing
can
in a
do bad
urinal.
things to women,
It's not about.
and they have done forever.
The gender neutral
So then you just make the gender neutral one,
But
right?
if I'm
It's supposed to use, it's not about your daughter going in where there's a man, it's a private washroom.
Oh, yeah, no, like, that's what I'm saying, so have 3.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's the ideal.
Yeah, but many places
Oh,
aren't doing
sure,
that. Right, they're just making every
just
single
financially
washroom
impossible,
all
right?
gender neutral.
It's just financially impossible.
I took my daughter into the washroom at the presentation house. There was a man peeing into the urinal
Yeah.
because it's not in a stall.
I think when you open the gates to I see you as a man, but you identify as whatever you want to identify, and therefore you feel entitled to use that washroom that is for females. I, as a man, cannot do anything. But in a society that everybody should be watching over everybody, if I see a man go into a female's washroom, I'm gonna do something, and I should.
So this argument that you're saying that it's not financially able to make the 3 washrooms.
Oh, it should be one for each person.
Is the exact same issue that people said it wasn't financially sustainable to have wheelchair ramps to get someone into a public building and a school building. But we found the money and we are able to do that. And people with disabilities can now enter every single building that they need to. And people that need to use a washroom that requires 3, that needs to be done too. And what you're saying right now is so hurtful to this community. It's hurtful to me as a parent of a proud transgender child that also has a disability that has been stigmatized by so many things. And what you're saying is offensive to me. And I'm sorry, I lost it a little bit here.
I just want to point out that I think
Holding
this
space.
is an opportunity to wrap up this session, Jennifer. I'm sorry that this has gone down this road. As a school trustee in North Vancouver School District, I'm really proud of the work that we are doing in promoting and supporting people of diversity and the LGBT community. We are the only school district in the province that flies flags in order to ensure that people feel safe here. So I want to thank you for coming and for everybody else. And I think that it's really, really important that we know as a community that we are valued for who we are. And so forth. So I just wanted to cut this off because it's going down a road that
I had a few more
I'm
questions.
sorry, it's 9 o'clock and it's time.
It's 9 o'clock.
And
Oh, it's about the time, sure.
thank you.
Because it sure sounds like censoring us.
No, it's 9 o'clock and the time is
But
up.
you came across
Okay, you
a
know
little
what?
bit aggressive and kind of censoring what I have to say.
This is,
To DPAS anytime, the superintendent with your concerns.
Right, but this is about this community and the questions
They
I
were
have.
invited here by name.
Right, but the questions I have are for him, because he is the expert in the subject. I believe
Okay, the time is up now, so.
Oh, it's about the time.
Unfortunately, we have to
Sure.
wrap it up.
Of course,
Thank you all.
yeah.
Thank you for doing this. I think it's really important.
Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate you folks.
So that was their answer when I asked to bring down all the trans flags from schools. And there's my complaint regarding the censorship made by the school trustee Cindy Garlick. And they're answered with this receipt that has been 4 months now and still nothing has been done. There was an internal investigation ran by their own lawyer, which I declined to assist because they're investigating themselves and still didn't have any results. I think a trustee actually confided to me that there were results and they found that nothing wrong, no wrongdoing. So as usual, nothing happens, no accountability, no transparency, nothing like that. And in terms of transparency, it's actually going to be clear when we come to the next few takes, when I come to the meeting, the public meeting, and they ask me not to record, and they always trying to block the public from see what's happening because they know parents don't come to those meetings. So when I try to record, they're always asking not to do so. I would actually say it's funny, if not tragic, how they make everything upside down. When they talk about transparency, what they mean is hiding things from the public, hide from your parents, etc. Inclusion, diversion, it's actually let's exclude everybody that doesn't think alike. How are you, sir?
How are you?
Nice to meet you again.
You don't need that in here.
Don't know it? Why not? It's always good. It's all about transparency. Got arrested today. Yeah, there you go.
Just sit wherever. Please remove that. That's not that kind of meeting.
Why?
Because it's not that kind of meeting.
It's not public meeting?
It is public meeting. There's no need to broadcast. And none of us are doing
No, I'm not broadcasting.
Well, we record it.
Yes, yes.
So there's no need to do that. It makes people feel uncomfortable. We're gonna have conversation today.
Yeah, but it's all public, right?
So obviously you're gonna resist this.
Well, I have 4 months of freedom of information requests that have not been answered.
Different topic.
I can't have it anymore.
Different topic.
It's all about transparency.
Different topic.
If I'm able to speak in the beginning, I'll leave, and then we're
Oh,
done.
there's definitely you're not going to speak.
Oh no?
100%.
Then it's okay.
100%.
Then we wait.
This is not the topic, right? It's not your meeting.
Okay.
Different topic.
It's our meeting.
Different focus. Yeah, it's a different purpose for tonight. So you're welcome to stay and remove that, or you're welcome to leave.
How so?
This is the first part. Just please remove
It's
that.
a
It makes
public
people
meeting.
uncomfortable.
I understand
You
it makes
don't see
people
anybody
uncomfortable,
else.
but
You don't see anybody else.
oh, it's okay.
Recording.
It's fine. Thank you.
For the whole district. So, thank you all for coming. You seem to have slipped through. We locked the parkade and we locked the front door, and you're still there. Unsuccessful. But this is the topic. We are going to have a little bit of an introduction to the big topic and to context, and then we're going to have some dialogue in 3 groups, and we'll get a chance to learn about each of these groups tonight, and we'll come back together and talk about new understandings, common understandings, surprises, steps forward.
Are all trustees here? Are all trustees here? Would it, or any the ones that are here? Would I be able to speak with them all, and you included, and other executives that might?
No, it's not this kind of meeting. So no, I think they're all here. They're all here.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe they
it's
have
not that
5
kind of
minutes.
meeting. No.
Because the issue that I have is that it's never in the agenda. What I want to speak about, it's never in the agenda. So I'm never going to be able to speak about it. So I'm asking.
That sounded like a statement.
No, I'm never going to be able to speak about it.
No, I didn't say
because if no, I'm asking.
I'm just saying tonight. The meeting was the topic.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, because the topic that I want to speak about is never in the agenda. So how can I bring it up?
There's a mechanism for public to give input at the board meeting, right?
Yes, but it has to be still within the agenda. So that's the issue. How can we go around that, and how can I be able to speak with the trustees about something that is never on the agenda?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know that right now. Let me think about that. I don't have the answer for you right now.
Which is fine. Nobody needs to know all the answers. What's missing here is the accountability and transparency and willingness to find the truth, hiding behind bureaucratic procedures. Hi Chris, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
Good. Lovely to see you as always.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
You have a minute?
Yeah, sure.
I don't want there to be any surprises. There will be no recording tonight.
There will be no recording?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because we record it
Yeah.
with for everybody. We don't
Right.
let anybody else record it. I'm just giving you a heads up. The board's going to give instructions, so I'm just giving you a heads up. No surprises, right?
No,
There'll be
surprise.
recording.
I'll be recording.
You won't.
Well, I will. Again, public meeting, public
No,
space.
you don't understand.
No, you don't understand. It's a public meeting, a public place.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to bring this public board meeting of Tuesday, September 26, 2023, to order at 6:30 p.m. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and live streamed consistent with board policy. I would like to remind those in attendance that unless you have expressed permission from the board, please do not record this meeting. The video recording will be posted on the school district website, www.sd44.ca, under Board of Education, Public Meetings, Minutes, and Motions. So I'd like to start. Okay, the next part is the public questions and comments. In accordance with Policy 104, Board of Education meetings, members of the public can provide comments on items related to the agenda. And that concludes the comment. Okay, now we'll move on to our educational presentation. We will now move on, which is on summer learning, and I will pass this over to Superintendent Dr. Pius Ryan for introductions.
Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Mulwee.
Thank you.
No.
I'd just like to briefly address the board. I've been trying to release some public information for the past 5 months, and
Sorry,
this
you'll have to
information has
stop,
been...
talking.
I'd like the board to use their powers to address the executive membership.
I have asked you to stop talking.
Last week, I've also
Yes.
requested another information I filed another information request, and this email has been ignored. I've been ignored by the school district.
Twice now to please stop talking.
Will my messages
The
be...
messages, the public comment is through email or by phone.
My emails have been ignored.
So we have sent you email correspondence.
I sent another...
If you would like to speak.
I sent another request last
anything
week.
related to the agenda, you are welcome to do so. At the end of
The
the
subject is never in the agenda, so how can I speak about a subject that is never in the agenda?
Well, then you can speak, you can call the superintendent.
I've tried, and I've tried calling members of the board as well. And last week I filed...
I know that...
I filed another Freedom of Information request.
Has replied back to your email.
Will I get an...
Sorry, Mr. Mull?
Yes.
You can stop now, okay?
Okay, thank you. Will I get an acknowledgement and a receipt for the Freedom of Information request I
Mr. Mull,
filed?
we're going to have to pause our meeting right
Yes.
now because this is not part of the public board meetings
Okay.
agenda. So we'll pause here now.
I just want my voice to be heard. Thank you.
We'll be taking a 5-minute recess.
So a few weeks passed, and I called the trustees and the superintendent's office again, but they either ignore me or say nothing can be done. And then another public meeting came, and I resubmitted the same questions.
And now we move on to the public questions and comments. And in accordance with the Policy 104 Board of Education meetings, members of the public can provide comment on items related to the agenda. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. And there was also one other comment that was shared with us, but it was not pertaining to the agenda, and that has been shared out with all of the trustees.
And a few days later, I sent this follow-up to the superintendent and got this response. So now we have in writing that they're just going to do their thing and not listen to parents. So I asked them in which ways and how unsafe were schools before.